Welcome to BabelGo Training Videos. This is the Level 12 video for the odd lessons, the discussion, the vocabulary and the reading.
Okay, in this video we're going to go over how to do the odd lessons in BabelGo for level 12. So the first thing you're going to do in the lesson again is just greet the student, and then we're just going to start out with some discussion questions with the student. These questions are aimed to deal with the theme of the story that you'll be reading with the student today. So as you can see here, there's about 4. This should only take about 2 minutes, so just very simply ask them, have you ever broken a bone before? The students are a lot older at this stage, so they should be able to actually have a discussion with you using full sentences. Again, this should only take about 2 to 3 minutes. Don't take too much time, but you're just trying to get them a jump start to kind of get them into the idea of what they'll be reading and the theme of the story. Next is the vocabulary. So this section introduces some of the trickier words that will come up in the story. Give the student a simple, straightforward meaning for each of the words. Don't use dictionary-style definitions, like something very long or too complicated for the young learners to understand. The student will then do the exercise. They either have to match the words to the meanings or place the words in sentences like a gap fill. So sometimes instead of this matching, there'll actually be a gap fill. And also you can number on the side. And I prefer to use a different color. So again, then I would tell the student, okay, this word is tumble. Your turn. Good, tumble. All right, tumble means to fall suddenly. The next one, frown. Frown means the opposite of a smile. My turn, frown. Your turn, frown. This was a frown. And then just do these for all of these. And then again, just ask the student, okay, so what did tumble mean again? Good, to fall suddenly. Which one's to fall suddenly? 1, 2, or 3? Good, 1. Then again, do the, okay, this one, what was this word again? Frown, good. What was frown? Which number? 1, 2, 3, or 4? 4, good, the opposite of the smile. And then draw the line for the student. After doing the vocabulary, you'll then do the story reading. Again, you can find it on the cloud. And these will actually go in page order from left to right. So the story reading is a little bit more difficult now for the student. These are actual stories. The reading method for level 12 is a little bit different than before. So now we're going to provide a little bit less scaffolding. So first we're going to have the student read the story as independently as possible. You may occasionally need to give some assistance. If it's a word they don't know, like presto changeo here could be quite difficult, then you can just tell them that it's presto changeo. They don't need to sound it out or anything at this level. So again, the first time you're just going to have the student follow along and read independently. You as a teacher are only jumping in if the student doesn't know a word. Then after the student has read the page, you as the teacher should reread the page back to the student, explaining any tricky words, phrases, or idioms you may come across in the text. Sometimes the page will be very straightforward and require no further explanation. So in this case, I would read to the student. Again, you want to use a lot of expression and annotation with your reading to keep the student engaged and show them good reading skills. So, Bonk and Lurk are at the playground. Push me on the swing, Lurk, says Bonk. Again, this one, probably nothing you need to go more detail. These are pretty straightforward, so you wouldn't have to explain any of the trickier words. In this case, though, when presto changeo, this is just a silly magic word like abracadabra. So that might be one you need to explain to the student. And that is how we're going to do the discussion, the vocabulary, and the story reading for Babo Go.
A couple of key things to remember at this level. For the vocabulary, make sure any explanations you're giving are very simple and straightforward. And when it comes to the reading, remember the method's a little bit different now. We want the student to be independently reading straight off, and you are then just going to read back to them to add greater clarity.